Hi Daria, it's Steve, obviously. I am going to run through with you just the Photoshop actions that I've got. I'm going to supply these Photoshop actions to you. It'll obviously help you just speed up the initial canvas size and a few other things as well. So I'll just run through that with you now. So I've just got a random image here, and the four main sizes that the website uses is these four here that you can see. So these four actions all essentially do the same thing, just for the different sizes. So I'll run through just one of them. So this is the hero size. It's the biggest size that the website has. So if I click play on that, what it'll do is it'll resize the image down and apply a watermark and apply some sharpening and put the image in a smart object. So you can see that it's the image is a smart object. It's got smart sharpening applied to it, and there's two watermarks. So from this point, it's just a case of transforming the image. One second. Sorry, I've just moved onto a Mac and my shortcuts are all... I've got to relearn my shortcuts again. Okay, so let's say that's where you wanted the image. So because it's a smart object, it can obviously be resized without photo degradation. So there it is there. So the canvas is ready to go. With the Smart Sharpen, you'll see in the action that I like to set the blending option to lighten. I just find the sharpening a little bit better, and generally about 0.5 radius and about 400 I generally find is a good start for sharpening the images. If you sharpen images a different way, feel free. That's how I sharpen them. Now with the watermark, you can see there's a watermark on this side and there's a watermark on this side. Only one watermark is required for an image. There's just two in case this was if I couldn't see it there, or this was a whole lot of sand or something and it stood out too much and I didn't want to have it glaring, I would go over to the right. I hardly ever use the right hand one. It's generally always on the left hand side. It's got a drop shadow applied to it. If this is sand, you might find the drop shadow is too much, so you can always go in and manually adjust the drop shadow, even take it off sometimes. The goal is to have the watermark legible enough that people who are coming to the website can see it, and if they like the image, if they find through Google, they can type that in and find it. It's certainly, I don't want it to be a huge part of the website. I just want it visible enough so that people A, don't copyright and take the image, and B, go to the website if they like the image. To get this action working on your computer, if I come into here, it will run down this without any trouble, but it will run into difficulty with placing the watermarks. I'm in pCloud giving you the watermarks. They are so you're going to get this Springbrook folder. I'm going to share that with you. And here in Smart Objects, this just needs to be placed locally on your machine somewhere. And once you've done that, it's just a matter of, so you can see that the 1360 by 720 size. So if I was going to place this, I just double click on it and then find the correct watermark, and then select it, press place. I won't do it, and then that will update. Once you've got it re-updated, resave out your action set so that it remembers that. So that's all you need to do. Everything else is automated for the actions. Let me think if there's anything else. That's really it for actions. So I'll leave that with you and continue with briefing you. Thanks, Daria. Oh, and please let me know if it's not Daria, if you pronounce it a different way, and I'll say it in a different way. Thanks, Daria. Bye.